Yes? Yeah, I'm going to do that, but I just want to.
Okay.
So we continue with GO, external economies. So when we talk about external economies of scale, it happens because firms in the industry stop right in place. Pen down. External economies of scale occur because firms in that industry are able to exploit economies of scale. They are able to reduce the average cost of production because the industry is becoming bigger. So the industry itself, an industry is the combination of different firms. The combination of different firms make up an industry. And as soon as this industry becomes bigger, firms start enjoying a reduction in their average cost of production. It is said to be called external economies of scale. So external economies of scale means a reduction in the average cost of production for firms due to expansion within the industry. Do we understand external economies of scale? Do we understand?
Yes.
Good. Now, what are those advantages we have being part of that industry that is becoming bigger? The first one is labor. The workers. The educational industry, I'm going to use the educational industry as an example. Please, your head up. I'm going to use the educational industry as an example. Some 7 years ago, we don't have so much schools as we have now. Do you agree with me?
Yes.
We don't have so much schools as we have now. So, going forward to this year and some 2 years back, we have a lot of schools. As a result of that, it attracts a lot of teachers coming in because there are so much schools now. Are you getting it? So it's building up the workforce because the industry is becoming bigger. So those days, like some 7, 8 years ago, we might not have numbers of teachers that we needed. Like the demand for teachers will be more than the supply of teachers those days. Please put your head up and sit properly. Sit properly. I don't want to mention it. Sit properly now. Those days, we don't have high supply of teachers because the schools are just few. But these days, because the industry starts becoming bigger, a lot of people start getting attracted to that job. And the demand for teachers starts increasing, the supply of teachers starts increasing. As the supply of teachers starts increasing, the prices, the wage rate for teachers reduces. So, because the industry is becoming bigger, it gives the opportunity for a lot of workers to set up in that, to start thinking about working in that industry. That is labor. Do we get it, or I explain again?
Yes.
I'm using an example of the school, the educational industry, which comprises of different schools. I'm just going to send both of you out now. Can you just stop that already? I'm making examples of schools here. Schools, before now, some 8 years back, we don't have so much schools as we have now. Going forward to this year and to the last year, schools are much. Then it has built up an institution for teachers to start thinking about, or build up institution for people to start thinking about becoming a teacher, because there's always a high demand for teachers. As high demand for teachers increases, the wage rate for teachers increases. So I can categorically tell you that the wage rate of teachers now is higher than those days. And the supply of teachers has also increased. So, in a nutshell, because the industry has become bigger, we have a lot of demand for teachers and supply. Yeah, sure.